Yeah, the session has been broadcasting and the session has been gone on live. And I request the MOC committee to start the proceedings now. Mr. Deepak, Mr. Gokul, please proceed.
Thank you, Ramkant sir. Yeah, good afternoon all. And this afternoon session, the second scientific session will be progressed by Shri.Guru Balaji, Director, IATRO Lifesciences, Chennai. And now, I would like to invite Professor Benedict Jose, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, to introduce our speaker. Over to you, Benedict sir.
Thank you, Gokul. A very good afternoon to all the participants and the speaker. It's a great privilege to introduce the speaker, Shri.Guru Balaji, for the scientific session 2. The title is Global Nutraceutical Market Challenges and Opportunities. Shri.Guru Balaji pursued his undergraduate and postgraduate from the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai with first class. He obtained his PG diploma in patents law in the year 2007 from Nalsar, Hyderabad. He started his career as an associate in Cipla Pharmaceuticals, Mumbai, where he developed stable bioequivalent anti-diabetic tablets or ANDA. Later, he joined Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Hyderabad, India, as a junior manager in formulation, research and development, where he worked for patent non-infringing formulations for global markets. He worked for Dow Pharmaceuticals Korea as a formulation research scientist. He holds senior scientist position at Xenon Labs Hyderabad and Nectar Life Sciences Chandigarh, and he oversees formulation development as a team leader in the formulation development of cephalosporins, particularly. He holds senior group leader and senior manager level at Stride Sashan Pondicherry and KMS Health Center Chennai, where he led formulation scientists involved in product management and development of oral solid dosage forms for US, European, and Australian markets. He is a diligent formulation scientist holding more than 17 plus years of experience in developing patent non-infringing solid liquids and parenteral dosage forms. The notable accolades includes successful launch of product BioSOLVE Curcumin capsules. It is a soluble curcumin, and CURFE green coffee with curcumin in e-commerce portals like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, ShopClues, and Paytm. And successfully developed 2 complex generic enteric release tablet formulation for treatment of ulcerative colitis with a common formula for US, EU, and pilot bioequivalence also passed. He is an inventor for patent application PCT-IN 2016/050337 entitled Pharmaceutical Compositions, which was filed on October 5, 2016. Successfully developed 4 complex generic para-4 products, 1 tri-layer tablet and 2 tablets for US market, and powder for suspension formulation in the for the US market for control of hyperphosphatemia. He successfully developed stable, robust bioequivalent oral powder for suspension formulation for US and EU markets. He holds many memberships in various professional bodies such as Indian Pharmaceutical Association and other pharmaceutical forums. To his credit, he published various articles related to patents, phytochemicals, and nutraceuticals in reputed journals. So with this introduction note, I feel he is the right person for the session to enlighten the audience with his proficiency. For the scientific session 2, I wholeheartedly welcome the speaker, sir. Now the session is on. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to be a part of this e-conference that is expanding frontier of pharmaceutical research towards global exigency. And it was a wonderful introduction for me. And today's discussion will be about nutraceuticals. Is it audible?
Audible, sir. Audible, sir.
Today's topic of will be global nutraceutical market challenges and opportunities. So today's section, I'm going to discuss about overall nutraceutical an outline about pharma market and nutraceutical the upcoming field, that is nutraceutical, and the challenges and opportunities. First, I want to start the presentation with a quote. The mind is like a parachute. It works best when it is open. So first, we have to keep our mind open to learn new things and move forward. So with this quote, I start my session. And benefits, what are the benefits? I listed as some key points and key discussion points today we are going to discuss. That is overview of pharmaceuticals and nutraceutical, and overview of global perspective in terms of pharma and nutra. I mainly emphasis about nutraceutical market. And next will be the overview of Indian perspective, what will be the pharma and nutra perspective, and mainly the challenges and opportunities for the nutra market, and what are the health benefits, overall outlook of health benefits of nutraceutical, and different, what are the categories of nutraceuticals, and that will be the overview of this today's presentation. And finally, the conclusion. And last slide will be my product portfolio. What are currently we have two products. That's I'm short presentation about my products. And final session will be the Q&A sessions. The Greek physician Hippocrates told that let food be our medicine and medicine be our food. The philosophy behind this is focus on prevention. So this is the key mantra behind the nutraceutical market. So previous the Hippocrates, the Greek physician, told early in the long days, that is focused on prevention. That is the mantra of the nutraceutical market. So this slide is about what is pharmaceuticals and nutraceuticals. Pharmaceutical is nothing but the drugs. Generally, the drug that is used to treat the disease comes under pharmaceuticals, whereas nutraceutical comes the nutrition that prevent the disease, that is called as nutraceutical. This is a general brief outline about what is the main difference between pharma and nutra. By and large, pharma and nutra comes under the same category, but nutraceutical market is dominated by mainly by pharma and FMCG companies, that is food industry. So next slide is about the global perspective of the pharmaceutical industry. The global pharmaceutical market is roughly around $1 trillion US, and still it is growing. That is it's only a start. It's not the end. So this is the only sector which is having a green signal over there. And Indian nutraceutical market is approximately about $2 billion USD. You cannot imagine the amount of value that carries the nutraceutical market is such a lucrative market. The Indian pharmaceutical market increased at rate of 17.46 in 2015 from US$ of 6 billion in 2005 and expected to grow at 15.92 to 55 billion by 2020. It is expected value, but still, due to this pandemic situation, global population has started thinking about prevention. So this will be a wonderful opportunity for the global market, especially countries like India, because we have a huge array of nutraceutical portfolio products, starting from raw materials like turmeric, curcumin, moringa. There are a number of products that is whole world depends upon the Indian market, especially Asian countries, especially in India. So that is a good opportunity for countries like India. And India, this slide, I'm going to talk about overview of the Indian pharmaceutical industry. And India's cost of production of pharmaceutical is significantly lower than US and almost half that of the Europe. So it's nothing. It's very simple that the cost of manufacturing of a pharmaceutical product in US is very cheaper compared to US and Europe. It is very cheaper. That is why US FDA approved plants are more in India next outside India. Sorry, outside US. And India gives an opportunity of competitive edge to India over there. And Indian pharmaceutical market is stable and growing in spite of facing challenges like COVID. Even in this COVID pandemic also, throughout the world, Indian pharmaceutical market especially is supplying a good amount of contribution of pharma and neutral products. And every third dose of the medicine in the world is supplied from India. And 65% of the US drug supply is from India. And first of all, and we should all to be proud of pharmacists, and we are contributing directly to the society and goodwill of the world. The global nutraceutical market is projected at 722.49 billion by 2027 and expanding at a CAGR of 8.3 over the forecast period. At present, the global market of nutraceutical has recorded a total revenue of 620 billion USD as of 2019. So this pictures clearly indicates that we are having a clear progress sign of growth, whereas all sectors apart from the various sectors, pharma sector is going in a steady manner, and even in this pandemic situation also. This presentation will be this slide will be a wonderful slide. Will give you a very good signal of what is the market forecast of 2027. That is, it is expected by $722.5 billion. So market size as of now, the market size value is only 412.7 billion. So you can see the exponential. What type of opportunity is there in the nutraceutical industry? And the growth rate is from 8.3% from 2022 to 2027. So this slide talks about the nutraceutical past. There is a history about the nutraceutical industry and its growth. Humans has recognized the natural products to be the primary source having nutritional values since the ancient age. Dietary requirements plays a major role before the time when the common concepts of nutrition came back. So previous in historical days, the nutraceutical industry was before the flourishing of nutraceutical industry. Nutraceutical was there in the history. Speaking of biomedical research in the last 2 decades, it revealed the vital role of your diet in maintaining the overall health. Many civilizations like Indian and Chinese, Egyptian, Sumerian were early ones to recognize the food as a nutrition or modern medicine. The modern market of nutraceutical was developed in Japan around 1980s. So this was the overview of nutraceutical market in history. So this slide will talk about the nutraceutical scenario in India current situation. The Indian nutraceutical industry has a great perspective. Over the last decade, a wide range of products have been available, giving an insight into the tremendous growth. The Indian nutraceutical market is estimated to about US $2 billion, while the global market is growing at a CAGR rate of 7%. The Indian market is growing much faster at the CAGR rate of 18% from the last 3 years. So this picture clearly indicates that how fast the Indian nutraceutical market is growing compared to the global market. So you cannot. There is about 18% of growth from the last 3 years. It is mainly driven by the functional food and beverages category. This slide will be the continuation of the nutraceutical scenario in India. The Indian nutraceutical market is dominated primarily by pharmaceutical companies, as I told earlier, like big giants like corporate MNCs and FMCG, that is fast-moving consumer goods like Hindustan Unilever and Dabur, some of them, with the pure and play nutraceutical companies. Some major marketing nutraceutical companies in India are GSK, that is GlaxoSmithKline, Consumer Healthcare, Dabur India, Cadila Labs, EAD Paribas, Zandu, and Himalaya Herbal, Amway, Sami Labs, Elder Pharmaceutical are some of the companies but leading the nutraceutical market. The FMCG, that is fast-moving consumer goods suppliers and pharmaceutical companies, are key players in the Indian nutraceutical market. Vitamins and mineral supplements are responsible for the majority of that is 64% of the total nutraceutical market. So generally, that nutraceutical comes and many products comes into the pipeline. In further slides, I am going to discuss in depth. That is comes in amino acids, vitamins, phytochemical, nutrients, all comes under nutraceuticals. So the opportunities for Indian nutraceutical market is the changing treatment protocol. This general physicians that are considering nutraceutical as an alternate for to support their curing system, curing methodology, and adding growing trend in the healthcare practice are giving nutraceutical as a part of their treatment regime to improve the outcomes of the treatment. Nutraceuticals are incorporated in the treatment protocol in various conditions from chronic stage and illness and other types of in conjugation with pharma interventions like other type of elements. The trend is also set to grow the post of this pandemic. Even this pandemic COVID situation also is creating a good opportunity for the nutraceutical industry, which many people have started taking nutraceutical, that is immune boosters and health supplements to protect themselves from this against this pandemic. Nutraceuticals are playing an increasingly important roles, that is evidence-based medicine. Like previously, people used to take medicines without evidence, whereas current nutraceutical market, many players they started marketing their product with their supported by the clinical data, efficient. So this gives a wonderful opportunity. Like many people are coming into the to consume nutraceutical product to protect from our health. So drivers of this nutraceutical market. So if you see why this nutraceutical market is growing in an exponential way is because of this. Many people around the globe started their mentality has started changing. Like they approach the willingness in terms of preventive approach. So and increasing the aging population. So they want to protect themselves from the pandemic and other types of diseases and safe to use, and generally nutraceuticals is for safe if you are taking for longer period of time. An increased incident of diet and related health issues, this can be avoided when nutraceutical, and growing awareness and importance of nutrition and diet for long term good health. These are the reasons this nutraceutical market is growing in an exponential way, and increasingly the physicians have started sorry, physicians accepting the medical benefits of nutritional product. So these are the key factors with driving the nutraceutical market. And continuing to the above points, the unhealthy eating habits and the lifestyle has been changed. Previously, people used to have physical activity or more physical activity, whereas the lifestyle and food habits has been changed. So because of the sedentary lifestyle, there is increasing incident of diabetes and lifestyle diseases like cardiac failure and health related issues has been started. So these are the key factors that people have started consuming more nutraceutical. On the other hand, there is a growing awareness of importance of nutrition and diet for long-term good health. So these have contributed a favorable market condition for nutraceutical market. And as I told earlier, there is an increase in preventive healthcare. So now the scenario of people thinking has started changing. So people have started thinking about preventing the disease from attacking. So and kids nutrition has been started increasing. Previously there was a malnutrition condition was there. Nowadays from the early childhood days, kids has been given highly nutritious food, nutraceuticals and products. And there are some many very good nutraceutical products for kids and geriatric patients and pediatric also. And the lifestyle change of the, as I mentioned earlier, from the sedentary lifestyle, current sedentary lifestyle. Previously, the physical activity of the human mankind was completely changed into sedentary lifestyle. So these are the major factors that contributing to the growth of nutraceuticals. So this table will summarizes what is the opportunity in our which are the things that contributing the opportunities for the nutraceutical industries. So in this two columns I have made. So one is for pharmaceutical companies and FMCG. These are the major things contributing to the growth of nutraceutical. So coming to the first column, that is challenges. Because pharmaceutical companies are facing challenges of declining return on R&D investments. That is, cost of the R&D investment was very huge, but whereas return on investment (ROI) was very less. So these are one of the main challenges faced by global pharmaceutical companies and MNCs. And patent cliff. So as everybody is aware, the large molecule train was there. That is, new molecule was not there, and whatever molecules are there are covered with patents. So these are the main challenges faced by the pharma companies. And pressure on healthcare budget. So overall global budget has been reduced for the healthcare because of the cost-wise generic players are there. So these are the challenges faced by the companies. So they can't make huge revenues based on the generic market. So only new molecule revenues, since the new molecule pipeline has been drained, so the revenue has been started declining for the pharmaceutical industries. And regulatory oversight, there is an increase in the regulatory vigilance. So this started increasing comparatively to the earlier days. So because this has become a major challenge for the pharmaceutical industry to get approval for new molecules and generic molecules and biosimilars. And coming to the, these are coming to this, if you compare these factors with the relevance to the nutraceutical industry, the cost of the R&D investment is comparatively very low. So these become wonderful opportunity for the nutraceutical companies to, and return of investment will be very high compared to the pharma sector. And many companies have started this as a new revenue source since many global population has started taking preventive healthcare. And most of the purchases are nutraceutical are done by without prescription, that is directly from the consumers. So this is a wonderful opportunity so for the nutraceutical market. And compared to the earlier pharmaceutical regulatory stringent requirements, the regulatory requirements of the global approval for regulatory product of nutraceuticals are very less. Coming to FMCG, the growth rate is very low, and retailers' own brand and marketing with the own brand is very tough for getting marketing in their own brand, and retailer power and internet marketing. These are the challenges faced by the FMCG. And same compared to that nutraceutical companies, they're making this as a opportunity since it is very fast moving, and the source of and the nutraceutical market creates a differentiation of the product as can compared to the other products, and accepted in the since nutraceutical market products are available as a OTC. Many products are available in different channels like e-commerce portals and OTC counters, pharma, and even in the grocery shops. It can be available because of the. So this picture, the picture is clearly tells about the opportunity drivers and the challenges faced by the nutraceutical industry. An opportunity and drivers for the nutraceutical industry is population of the democracy toward the world. It is increasing, and as I mentioned earlier, because of this lifestyle change, chronic disease and obesity has been increased. These are the opportunities for the nutraceutical market. And apart on the same next side, you see the challenges faced by the nutraceutical industry is regulations and labeling and formulations and consumers and market competition, because many players have started entering. So the if we are unique in the with the formulations, it is very difficult to survive in the upcoming nutraceutical market also, because many players have started into big pharma companies and FMCG already started entered the market, and they are going to make the monopoly. So if we want to be a unique in the market, then only it can be we can survive in the nutraceutical market. So this upcoming slides will be about a general scenario about what is nutraceutical general portfolio. And nutraceuticals are derived from food sources. As I mentioned earlier, these are mainly derived from the food sources with the extra health benefits in addition to the basic nutrition value. A nutraceutical product may be defined as a substance with physiological benefit against the chronic disease or other type of illness. A nutraceutic is a term derived from nutrition and pharmaceutics. It is a name itself very indicative and it's very clear. Nutraceutical is applied to the products that are isolated mainly from the herbal products and dietary supplements, nutrition and specific diets, on processed foods such as cereals, soups and beverages all comes under this category. In USA, the nutraceutical products are regulated as drugs and food ingredients and dietary supplements, and there is no single regulatory for all nutraceutical products. Different countries is having different types of regulations in the nutraceutical. Compared to the pharmaceutical, almost all regulations, regulatory requirements are common, whereas in nutraceutical product it is very different. The term nutraceutical is coined from the word nutrition and pharmaceuticals. There are different definitions available. I have just categorized only two definitions. That is, the first will be a food that provide medical or health benefits, including the prevention or treatment of disease. A product isolated or purified from food that is generally sold in the medicine forms, not usually associated with food. Nutraceutical refer to a broad class of food-derived products. As I mentioned earlier, all nutraceutical products are mainly from the food ingredients like vitamins. And the nomenclature of the term nutraceutical has been evolving and changing throughout the last few decades. And there is no standard definitions. And initially, it was coined by Mr. Stephen Diffles in 1989 as a combination of the two words nutrition and pharmaceuticals. Nutraceuticals are both nutritional and medicinal purpose. Nutraceuticals are the substances that are extracted from foods and they're either given as such or it is additionally value added or fortified and given as a fortified foods. Till date, does not have a word. As I mentioned earlier, we don't have a standardized, regularized, harmonized worldwide regulatory requirements. With different countries, we have different regulatory requirements. So this slide talks about what is the different types of nutraceutical products and what are the major categories of nutraceutical products and in what are the geographies nutraceutical products are sold worldwide. Based on the type, it is classified as functional foods, functional beverages, and dietary supplement and personal care. Functional food comes under probiotic fortified foods, omega fatty acid fortified food, branded ionized salt, branded wheat flour, and others. There are so in functional food category, many food categories come, and functional beverages like fruits, vegetable juice, and drinks, dairy and dairy alternative drinks, and non-carbonated drinks, others. And dietary supplements include proteins, peptides, vitamins, minerals, herbals, and phytochemicals. So many things are categorized. In detail, in further slides, we'll be discussing. And personal care. These are the general outline of the nutraceutical product. And based on the market value, it has been, excuse me. Sorry. Based on the market value, it has been mainly categorized into North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, that is Latin America, Middle East, and next is rest of the world. These are the major markets for the nutraceutical market. So I have seen a wonderful point that I want to discuss in this one. The global nutraceutical industry ingredients market witnessed a growth rate of 4.78 owing to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. So already we have a good vision of growth rate. Because of this COVID pandemic, they have already reported that there is an increase in the growth rate of nutraceutical market in rate of 4.78%, which is a good sign of progress. So overall, bottom line of this presentation is we have to eat nutritious food to prevent ourselves from the diseases and illness. General health benefits of nutraceuticals. As I mentioned earlier, nutraceutical does not have any side effects and increase the health beneficial effect. That is, it promote the willingness and increase the health value of our diet and improve the medical condition of the human. Easily will be available and economically affordable compared to the costlier drugs for like anti-cancer drugs. There are many nutraceutical products available in market which are having anti-cancer property, which will reduce the cost of treatment. Nutraceuticals therapy is a healing system that uses dietary therapeutics or nutraceuticals as a complementary therapy. Phytonutrients basically is the plant nutrient with particular biological active supports the human health. There are many lifestyle diseases like BP, blood sugar levels can be maintained and reduced with the use of phytonutrients. And as I mentioned earlier, health benefits of nutraceuticals, there are many phytochemicals available having anti-arthritic effect like curcumin, which is having a very good property of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant, and treatment of melatonin, the treatment of sleeping disorder, and treatment of digestive problem, anti-cancer, reducing blood sugar, and maintain blood sugar level, reduce blood pressure, and cholesterol lowering agent, neurological disorder, joint pain, and eye health, and the cardiovascular disease and disease prevention, health promotion. Nutraceutical may be used to improve health, delay the aging process, prevent chronic diseases, and increase life expectancy or support the structural function of the body. Uses of the nutraceutical may have beneficial effect. Hence, they are used for treating and prevent many health problems such as cancer, inflammation, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and osteoarthritis, and obesity and diabetes. An overview of disease and the role of pharmaceutical nutra. According to the recent research of nutraceutical, the nutraceutical products supports the defense against many health conditions. For example, xanthine and lutein for eye health, and pastoralisterine, soy isoflavin, doxychloric acid for mental health, melatonin for sleep enhancement, L-carnitine melatonin for bone health, T melatonin, soy glucosamine, isoflavin for skin health, phycoglycin for oral health. Currently, these products are marketed globally. How do nutraceuticals work? So many people will be having in their mind how nutraceutical works. Nutraceutical works through various pathways in the body and either provide a replacement of something present in the body or does not produce in the body, and it acts as a enhancer. Increase the necessary component of cellular pathway to enhance its function. Glucosamine, for example, is a nutraceutical with a combination of glucose and amino acid, and which helps in role of cartilage formation and repair and may help in bone joint. Generally, it is a blockbuster product used globally for arthritis in combination with curcumin, which is having a more anti-inflammatory property and antioxidant, and generally used for osteoarthritis and other joint inflammation disorders. As I mentioned, we are going to discuss in little brief about the nutraceutical products. That is, first will be probiotics. Probiotics starts way back to the history of more than 2000 years, with people started talking about fermented milk. Probiotic is the live supplement of microbial feed administered in appropriate amount. It is get maximum benefit for the improvement of microbial balance of the intestine. So generally, probiotics include bacteria like Lactobacillus, Bifidobacterium, gram-positive cocci. Probiotics are available in several forms currently in market, that is in powder, liquid, paste, gels and capsules and granules. Many forms are available currently in market. Certain probiotics generally treat gastrointestinal problems like lactose intolerance, antibiotic side effects, diarrhea. Probiotics are beneficial bacteria that can be found in various foods. When you eat the probiotics, you will get healthy bacteria into the intestine. Generally, as I mentioned earlier, common strains include Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium family. Prebiotics. Prebiotics is again way back to more than 2000 years. The dietary ingredients that affect the body beneficial by altering the metabolism of the gut microbes selectively are prebiotics. The short chain polysaccharides have unique chemical structures, so that helps the gut microbe. However, human cannot digest them directly. In other words, these are oligosaccharides that are fructose based, so they exist in food naturally, or sometimes they are being added to foods. So it is commercially these are available in market to enhance the nutrition value for our beverages. Prebiotics, sources of prebiotics are vegetables such as tomato, chicory roots, alliums, and bananas. Further, you can find them in peas and beans as well. The study benefits of opportunities are the growth of Bifidobacterium and Lactobacillus is in your gut can be improved, and enhanced lactose tolerant intestine immune stimulation, and reduce constipation and regulate blood cholesterol level. Dietary fiber. The food material or plant material with enzymes cannot hydrolyze is known as dietary fiber. And directly, dietary fiber contributes to the gut health, and your digestive tract secretes it will be digested by the gut microbiota. It includes cellulose, gum, lignin, pectin, hemicellulose, starch, and dextrin. You can find the dietary fiber in fruits, fruits, barley, oats, and beans. Further, dietary fibers are categorized into two, that is soluble and water insoluble. Dietary fibers are, as I mentioned earlier, insoluble dietary fibers. It includes cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, Soluble dietary fibers include pectin, beta-glucan, gums, hemicellulose, mucilage. So this table tells about how much dietary fiber is present in, that is, apple contain 2 gram. If you take 100 gram of apple, it contains 2 gram. If you take 100 gram of banana, it have 1.9 gram of dietary fiber. Carrots have 3.1 gram, and baked beans have 4.2 gram. Wholemeal bread have 7.4 gram of dietary fiber if you take 100 gram. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFA, is essential for functioning of human body that can be introduced in diets externally. People may be aware of this, or many may be taking also. That is nothing but omega-3 fatty acid. It benefits the human by protecting against cardiovascular health conditions and anti-thrombotic conditions. It also has amazing health benefits of premature infants. And it helps in brain health also. The sources of omega-3 fatty acids are fatty fishes like salmon fish, mackerel, tuna fish, and flax seeds, and vegetable sources, vegetarian sources like flax seeds, soya, and canola and nuts have omega-3 fatty acids. And next comes the polyphenols. Generally, polyphenols are found in vegetarian sources. Polyphenols are from phytochemicals in large group to protect themselves from reactive oxygen species and photosynthetic stress. You can find approximately 8,000 kinds of polyphenols. You cannot imagine the amount of polyphenols present in the nature. Some of the important ones are flavonols, flavonothiols, anthocyanin. Presently, dietary polyphenols are creating interesting among people due to the beneficial effect of cellular process about this gene expression intracellular signaling. So, in polyphenols act in the cellular level and give beneficial effect to cure the chronic illness and other type of illness. Besides, studies shows that the polyphenols possess anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antimicrobial, and cardioprotective activity. Consequently, they can play a role in regulating blood sugar, neurodegenerative disorder. The good source of polyphenols are red wine, tea, especially green and black tea. Antioxidant vitamins. Generally, many people are aware of vitamins. So these are comes under nutraceutical. Antioxidant vitamins include vitamin C and E and fat-soluble vitamins, along with carotenoids that can help in oxidative reaction. As a matter of fact, oxidative reactions give birth to several diseases like cancer, cataract, cardiovascular disease. So taking this vitamin might help and can found in vegetables and fruits like oranges and lemon. Spices, and spices comes under nutraceutical. Antioxidant vitamins include vitamin C and E along with carotenoids, and people use spices in their food for thousands of years for enhancing the aroma and color and flavor. Apart from this, the spices carry a medicinal value. Each type of spices is having some medicinal properties like antioxidative and anti-inflammatory, immunomodulating agent, and immunosuppressant. As a result, your body could lots of benefits from spices to improve conditions like gastrointestinal, respiratory, cardiovascular, metabolic, and reproductive conditions. So spices, as I told, spices plays many medical benefits. So spices health benefits like onion, garlic, fenugreek, red pepper, turmeric, curcumin, good cholesterol regulation, curcumin and onion, blood sugar regulation, turmeric, ginger, garlic, mustard, anti-inflammatory effects. And currently in this pandemic situation, our Ayush department, Government of India Ayush department has recommended immune boosters like curcumin, ginger for protecting from increasing our immunity. And as I mentioned earlier, phytochemicals and herbs plays a major role in nutraceutical. Phytochemicals provide health benefits such as subtract for biochemical reactions. Inside the hundreds of reactions are taking place in our body, and cofactor for our many enzymatic reactions, and inhibitors of enzymatic reactions, absorbers that bind the eliminate undesirable constituents in the intestine, and scavenger for toxic chemicals and free radicals. So this plays a major role. That is, phytochemicals and herbals play a major role. A dietary supplement is a product that contains nutrients derived from food that are concentrated in liquid, capsule form, or in powder form. Generally, in all dosage forms, these are all available in market currently. even in effervescent tablets are also available in market. So the technology has made available the nutraceutical products in different dosages, not limited to tablet and capsules. So it is in effervescent tablet, powder, and effervescent sprinkles are available in market. Vitamins, minerals, herbs, and amino acids. Functional foods are either enriched or fortified, a process called nutrification. Nowadays, nutraceuticals have received considerable interest due to the potential nutrition, safety, mainly safety and therapeutic benefit. Compared to the pharmaceutical product, nutraceutical products provide a more safety margin. So many global people started consuming more nutraceutical product because of the safety reason and for consuming for a long period, because toxic effects are eliminated or avoided in the nutraceutical product. In general, nutraceutical products are categorized under many ways based on the application as well as understanding. Conclusion: adage prevention is better than cure is now etched in the minds of the consumer. As a result, sorry, nutraceuticals are looked upon an important supplement that are on the priority list of the monthly expenses, with which like food cannot be skipped. Nutraceutical products are proving their excellence in proving health benefits to keep disease and ailment. Many nutraceutical functional foods and naturally occurring compounds that have been investigated and reported in various stages reveal that these products are extremely active and profound effect on cell metabolism and with very less or nil adverse effect. It's natural that people focus on shifting to a positive approach from prevention of disease to stay healthy. People are started consuming more nutraceutical products compared to pharmaceutical products because of the due to the safety reason and nutraceutical in scientific areas generated all over the world. In many cases, nutraceutical offer advantage over the synthetic drug because, as I mentioned earlier, because of the less side effect, and it is a novel pharmacological activity that are being become interesting in their possible clinical use and thus helping in prevention and therapeutic in several diseases. Diet rich in nutraceuticals along with regular exercise and stress reduction and maintain age to healthy body weight will maximize health and reduce disease risk. This is slide talks about one of our novel patent file product done by IATRO Lifesciences Hyderabad, and we are promoting the product through e-commerce portal like Amazon. And this product is a highly loaded dispersible bioavailable curcumin. As I mentioned earlier, curcumin is having n number of medical benefits, starting from anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer, anti-oxidant and anti-inflammation, like and osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. There are more than 5,000 research and articles has been published on curcumin, and clinical studies has been done for the efficacy of the curcumin. So whereas curcumin is having the solubility issues of poor solubility, the bioavailability of the curcumin is very less. So whereas in our formulation, BioSOLVE curcumin is having more bioavailability and having a more dispersibility and freely soluble, and it is 100% natural vegan, and there is no preservative. As I mentioned earlier, it is one of the unique products, and it is having very successful, and it has been clinically proven and tested. And our next product is CURFE, that is green coffee with curcumin. And green coffee has been used, it's a very useful product for weight management. And there are many players in green coffee, whereas in our unique formulation, it is a mixture of green coffee with curcumin. It's a ready mix. It can be consumed for weight management. Apart from that, bodybuilders, the inflammation, all type of inflammations can be cured, and it is very effective. And as I mentioned earlier, this product is a vegetarian and non-GMO, gelatin-free, soy-free, and 100% natural, and preservatives without any preservative. Generally, all products comes with a preservative, whereas our unique formulation is having preservatives and no And this product also was developed, and technology and product also was developed by IATRO Life Sciences, Hyderabad, and it is marketed by IATRO Life Sciences. And finally, I want to conclude this with a take-home message that think health, think nutraceutical. So it is very simple that when we think about health, we have to think about nutraceutical, because there is a it'll nutraceutical will take you to the health and willingness. And that's all the today's program. We can reachable in our all social medias, and we have a YouTube channel called Pharmaceutical Concept, which talks about regular updates will be there on health, willingness, and neutral and pharmaceutical sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your lovely session, and it was really great. And it was really a very informative session, sir, on global nutraceutical market. And the session is now open for questions. The delegates are already posted their questions in the comment box, sir. So I request Mr. Deepak to display the questions posted by the delegates. I request Shri.Guru Balaji, sir, to give some clarifications on the doubt of the delegates. There is the first question, sir. As a budding pharmacist, what are the hurdles to start up and how to overcome it? Please provide a few tips.
Yeah, as answer is there in the question itself. As there is always hurdles will be there. The only thing is that the only sector in the compared to all sectors, pharma sector is the only sector you have always opportunities will be there. Only thing is that we have to there is can anybody tell any place in the world where there no medicine or neutral product has been used? Nobody can say that in this particular geography people are not taking medicine or any neutral product. So it's not like that. So we have to, only thing is that world is filled with opportunity, especially for pharma and neutral products. So only thing is that we have to just tap the where it is. As I mentioned earlier, it is all available throughout the world, especially pharma and nutraceutical. Only thing is that just we have to move away from our home. That's it. It's not necessarily, whereas other sectors they have to move to different geographies to establish their facility or something like that. Whereas in Nutra and Pharma, just you have to walk away from your home. That's it. That is only enough for taking to the your business to the next level, especially in Pharma and Nutra product.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the explanation. Yeah, thank you for the explanation, sir. There is a next question for us. How to maintain nutraceuticals efficiency during storage without the prescription issue means maybe created a lot of adverse effect like melatonin. It may show, and he's asking how to prevent it, sir.
So as a neutral product compared to pharmaceutical product, nutraceutical product is having, we can say, nil side effect or very less side effects. So as it is, it's very clear that it is a natural source. It will not be toxic or lethal compared to pharma. And one more thing, most of the nutraceutical products can be taken without prescription. So government and all regulatory agencies evaluated the product which comes under OTC. So without any, if your product is not having any major side effect, then only it can be approved as a OTC. So first, any new molecule, first it will be approved. It will not be directly approved as a OTC. First, the product will be evaluated to different people in different geographies. So based on that only, it will be first approved, and then finally, the final stage only it reaches the OTC. So in this category, this explanation will clearly tell you that already clinically it has been established for all nutraceutic OTC drugs, which has been, we have a strong backup of data, especially clinical data in different geographies. That is the reason it has been marketed in many countries or in any geography as a OTC. So it is going to create some effect, but it is not going to impact the health of the patient or the wellness people. Yeah. Yeah.
How the nutraceuticals is potentially to be consumed as a formulation for infants and elderly people.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, generally infants are generally medicines are given very less for infants. Comparatively, elders almost all the medicines elders can take. Whereas pediatric patients are having less, their complete system is less developed. So because of this reason, infants are given very less, avoid of giving drugs is avoided. Whereas nutraceutical products, there are it is having potency is more. So compare, so you have to use case to case. It has to be desired. So all formulations cannot be given to infants. Whereas geriatric patients can take all type of nutraceutical product, but with less side effects.
Yeah, thank you, sir. There is a next query as well. So, just a minute, sir. There was a technical issue, and I request Mr. Deepak to post the question. Yes, there it is. So, can you please suggest any standard text references, not like articles, but like pharmacopoeias for standardizing these most valuable nutraceutical products, sir?
Yeah, actually, it is a wonderful question. So, as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, throughout the world, there is no any standard guideline for nutraceutical. Country to country, it is varying. So in some places, it is called as food supplements. They have a set of rules, and some countries they have rules of dietary supplement. So as I mentioned earlier, so over a period of time, it will be regularized and harmonized like pharma. But as of now, all countries have their own set of rules and regulations. As of now, there is no any standard reference books for nutraceutical products. Hope I have clarified your doubts.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That was a great explanation on that. Here we have the next question, sir. How can we overcome the stability and improve the expiry date of nutraceuticals? This was the question,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. As I mentioned earlier, previously many companies are doing nutraceutical product, and there are mainly nutraceutical product is having a challenge of having stability issues because of the since we are extracting the molecule from its original nature. So we are extracting that flavonoids or phytochemicals, and we don't know the stability of the in atmosphere. So to make the sure whether it is stable or not, we have to incorporate the technology based like incorporation of coating or some value added HPMC polymers. So based on the requirement of the product, we have to increase the product shelf life by covering the product molecule with the external excipient inactive ingredients to protect the product and increase the shelf life. Definitely, by using the technology, knowledge of technology and nutraceutical ingredients, we can improve the quality of the product and as well as stability of the product, including taste can be improved by adding some additional flavors, and color can be improved. Nowadays many products are available in market with this technology intervention, and quality of the product has been improved.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the explanation. And here we have the next question as well. Which natural preservatives is best for preparing the hair cosmetics like hair gel?
It is a hair gel concept, yeah, based on the gel self preservative. Generally it is advised to have a self preservative that will be best for the product, and it is based on the what type of gel formula we are adding. Based on that we can able to decide the preservative. Advice for this type of cosmetic product, generally you should be using a gelling agent like aloe vera. It will be having a self preservative type of. So if you go for that type of gel base, it will be act as a self preservative and without adding any artificial colorants.
We need to prevent the degradation of curcumin.
Curcumin is as such having a stable molecule. Curcumin is not that much thermolabile, so it is having a shelf life of more than 2 years. So generally, 2 years is the shelf life given for all pharma neutral products. There are many products which are given more than 2 years also. Curcumin is having very good shelf life of 2 years. So it is based on the extraction of the curcumin process. Your shelf life will depend. So if it is based on the extraction process, your shelf life may decrease, but generally many curcumin are available in market, which is having more shelf life of more than 2 years. And they claim a shelf life of 2 years.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And there also seemed to be a doubt from a faculty member. So I request Benedict sir to ask this question to Guru Balaji sir.
Okay, thank you, Google. Thank you. Sir, it was a nice session regarding nutraceuticals, and of course, it is a very wide market. But what is the fortune our pharmacy graduates are seeing in the nutraceutical field, sir? Because we are in the college as a placement, we are seeing so much of pharma companies are recruiting, but we couldn't see nutraceutical companies are recruiting, such as Cadbury's or Nestle, Britannia, and other nutraceutical players. So, what is your view, sir? Can you clarify?
Actually, as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, actually very few big players are there. Only nutraceutical, very few big players are there. Most of the companies who are in the market, especially nutraceutical, are Dabur, Himalayas, and Swami Labs. These are the very few Indian players who are good in Nutra. Apart from that, it is mainly dominated by the pharma giants, that is Amway and GSK. These are all pharma and FMCG. They have a wide range of business. So they have a portfolio of nutraceutical as one of the portfolio. Their main business is different. So as of now, there is no any big chains in globally. Only they are doing nutraceutical. They are having multiple business. Apart from that, they are having one more wing called Nutra. So, and as I mentioned earlier, Nutra is a big opportunity. All major, all pharma companies globally, they are already entered in the Nutra market, and they are introducing their value-added technology into the Nutra market. Previously, there was no as many value-added products in Nutra. Only as such molecules will be there. Nowadays, in combinations of different combinations of nutraceutical products are available, which are merely impossible. Now the technology has made a bridge between the impossible molecules into possible. So these are the good thing happening in the current situation because of the pharmaceutical companies they entered in the market. They have started adopting the new technologies in the nutraceutical market. So and again, all companies already they have a nutraceutical, but it's a flourishing economy compared to pharma. It is a developing.
Thank you, thank you, sir, for your explanation.
Yeah, thank you, Guru Balaji sir, for your explanation. Your cool as eyes and the smile with which you explained all the questions was really great, and that was a great presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, so now I'd request our principal, Dr. S. Mohan sir, to share a few words with us regarding this session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Google. Thank you, Mr. Guru, for you rightly said the nutraceutical is another booming industry. It's more competitive with the pharmaceuticals area also. We all know nutrition plus, as you said, nutrition plus pharmaceutics. But one beautiful thing is we cannot have raw materials of our API. But in case of nutraceuticals, there are a lot of things are there we can consume and we'll get rid of many ailments. For example, like amla juice, you can say, people are consuming amla juice like anything to get the vitamin C source. So if it is standardized properly, if we market it properly, then the market value is huge. That's what you highlighted, and thank you. I hope young pharmacists they can choose their career and their entrepreneurship also to this startup of nutraceuticals industry. So thank you. Mr. Guru Balaji.
Yeah. Thank you, Mohan sir, for your lovely words. And now, we'd like to give the e-memento for our delightful speaker. So I request the committee, organizing committee, to share the e-memento for our speaker. And thank you, sir. Thank you, Guru Balaji, sir, for your valuable time with us. It was really great, and great to have you here, sir. Thank you. And thank you, everyone. With this, the second scientific session has come to an end. So with this, we are breaking for lunch. And in the afternoon session, there will be oral presentation session in the Google Classrooms. So all the presenters are requested to join the session through the link which are communicated by them. And we'll be back here with the scientific session 3 tomorrow morning. So all the delegates are requested to join us through the link communicated to them. And also, you can press the subscribe button below in order to get notified when the session starts. So thank you all of you.